Hockey fans, hello, howdy, how are you? Welcome, Drop the Clubs podcast episode 4, brought to you by the good folks at Underdog Nutrition. So here's what's happening, okay? Winter's coming on. You couldn't tell from this last weekend. We had the boat out, keyhole, in the water, mama bear, the daughter's surfing, having fun. You don't think winter is coming. And what also comes with winter, trust me, winter weight. If you're looking to keep yourself in shape, maybe maintain the progress and the work that you have done over the summer, you need to go see the good folks at Underdog Nutrition. They can help you maintain the rewards and the hard work you've done over the summer, because let's be honest, winter is coming. I think that's trademarked by somebody else. I don't know if I can say it, but I think I can, but that's off some show I have never watched, but I've seen the memes. Winter is coming, and with it comes your winter body and your winter weight. If you don't want to take steps back and you want to work to maintain everything you have done over the summer, you need to go and talk with the folks at Underdog Nutrition. It does not matter where you are starting from. They can work miracles with someone like myself if I wanted to, but I don't. Like I said, I have my diet medicine right here. We're with the red in tonight. So go to their Facebook page, like it, Underdog Nutrition. They can help you either maintain all the work you've done through the summer, or if you're ready to start and work your way and get somewhere where you want to be, they can help you out with all that. Underdog Nutrition, find them on Facebook, like them. That's a good place to start. Tonight's episode, we are speaking with two good interviews tonight. Tristan Baker from California, at the California Kid in here, talks about, had an OT winner this last weekend, Saturday night against Great Falls. Jacob Guitard, the Canadian kid, talks about kind of his life in Canada. We don't get too political, but we talk a little bit about the USA hockey versus Canadian hockey. We couldn't figure out what their governing body is called, but kind of some of the rule changes and the difference between, as a kid who grew up playing hockey in Canada and is down in the States, kind of the differences in the rules and stuff like that. Two real good interviews. We have another special event, I guess, for you tonight, a little special segment. When you volunteer and you're going to these games, which we talked about in episode 1 with Coach Hayes, the volunteers that are there on these weekends, you see them. It's weird because a large majority, or damn near all of them actually, we lose contact with during the summer. So we kind of have our summer family. For us, it's our lake family. I know for other people, it's their rodeo family. For some people, they have their travel families. For some, it's their real families. It just kind of depends on what you do want to do for the summer. And then here in the fall, it's the gathering back of your winter families. And with the Wild having so many of these home weekends together to start the year, we've had a major gathering of the winter families back together. There is a young lady that her mom has volunteered for the Wild. I sit here, the clock operator sits here, or the scorekeeper sits here, clock operator sits here. So Catalina is, I should know, I'm going to get in trouble for this. I'm not going to change it because I shouldn't. I think she's a third grader. She might be a little younger than that. I know she goes to Lakeview Elementary because that's where my wife teaches. But I get the chance to see her every weekend when we have the home games. And it started last year. She started giving me these little notes. Hey, good luck tonight. Hey, don't screw up when you talk. Stuff like that. She's a sweetheart. You guys, when you see her, you're going to recognize her. And we had the chance to sit and talk about hockey stuff, and sometimes we talk about the hockey boys And sometimes she would ask me questions about, well, what do you think such and such thinks about such and such? And I was like, I have no idea. I never played hockey. I don't know these young men that are coming in. I can make assumptions. But I didn't know the answers. And as you all know, young kids, they have a billion questions. So we let her ask a question of the Wild. So what we did, and we'll change this a little bit moving forward, they did not know the question was going to be asked. 3 or 4 hours before puck dropped on a game, we brought them into one of the old coaches' rooms, put a camera in their face and said, hey, read that question right there and answer it. So I think moving forward, we're going to make it less of a surprise, give them an idea to chat a little bit. Some of the guys feel more comfortable than others with the camera stuck in their face and recording. So that's a correction that we're going to make moving forward. Catalina and I had a meeting last weekend during the Saturday late afternoon before the Saturday night game against Great Falls. We had a meeting to discuss what the question would be on Saturday night. We already have next month's question ready to go. It's going to be a good one, but you'll see before we get into the Wilds weekend that was, you'll see Catalina ask a question in a segment that we were going to call the who, what, when, where, and or why with Catalina Bear. Because really what you're getting from those little kids are those are the questions you're going to get for them. Before we get back into, it was an awesome weekend. Two of the best hockey games that I've seen played at Spirit Hall. Overtime, Wild come out, winners both evenings. Great Falls, salty. It's a good hockey club. There's a reason you can see Greg Sears' pupil, if you will, is Coach Hayes, and it was good, clean, tough hockey this weekend. Friday, kind of a low crowd. I know we had the football game in town. I don't know. I feel bad for you guys. I'm not going to lie. I won't sugarcoat it. The people that chose to go to that football game Friday night, you missed a good hockey game. So the 500 or so that showed up Saturday night, you got to see a lot of what we saw Saturday night. So it was a good weekend. We have another good weekend coming up. The jersey auctions start this weekend. The Basin Radio Network, another one of the numerous great sponsors that the Gillette Wild has, is sponsoring the St. Jude, which that's what I'm wearing. St. Jude Children's Hospital jersey auction. It'll be this weekend. Last year, the jersey auction was transferred to social media, so what you have to do is pay attention to the Facebook page, okay? Watch. I assume if you're watching this, you're already a friend with the Gillette Wild Junior Hockey Facebook page. Like it, share it, let everyone know this weekend is going to be their chance to bid. We haven't seen the jersey. We talked to Jacob and Tristan tonight. They have not seen the jersey, so they always do a good job with these. They're going to be awesome. So keep watching all the socials. Boys will have the jerseys on Friday and Saturday night, 7:05, puck will drop at Spirit Hall Ice Arena. We'll talk more about that here in a minute. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to do the Wilds weekend that was before we roll into the Wilds weekend that was. Phenomenal, too. Mr. Lundquist showed up. You're going to hear him on the color. It was good to see him. Mrs. Lundquist out front. We haven't seen them in a while. They're good people. It's more when you talk about the people you see at the arena and you like to visit with and have a word with. Mr. Lundquist, I had a chance to chat a little bit about kind of the history of the Wild and what we've seen and what we're seeing now on the players and their ability and who was the best. And who was the best at this and that, and it was cool as someone that's kind of new to the game in the last 4 or 5 years to chat with someone that's been there from the start. He mentions it's the 25th anniversary of the Gillette Hockey Association, the Amateur Youth Hockey Association here. The first time they had refrigerated ice. We're coming up on that anniversary 25 years ago. I've had the chance to speak with the Killabrews, or one group I know. They were there at the start when they were playing at the rock pile, and it was chicken wire and plywood boards. And we've come a long ways. I haven't done shit, but they've come a long ways with building this hockey community here, where now we have the rock pile and we have Spirit Hall Ice Arena. We have 2 sheets of ice. Not a lot of people, I don't know that I can think of anybody in the state actually, I could be wrong, that has the 2 sheets of ice and has kind of built up the youth association and has the junior team like we have. Anyway, I digress. Before we get into the Wilds weekend that was, we are going to go with the first who, what, when, where, or why with Catalina Bear.
What is your favorite cartoon character and why?
And probably Bugs Bunny, because we watched a lot of Looney Tunes growing up.
Who is my favorite cartoon character? I'm going to have to go with Tom or Jerry, because I've watched them since I was like a wee little lad.
Danny Phantom. That's a big show. I mean, I loved that show when I was a kid. I don't know much what to say about it, but I don't know, Danny Phantom.
I like Lightning McQueen. That's not really a cartoon, but like animated.
My favorite anime character is Lightning McQueen from the Cars. Growing up, favorite movie as a kid.
I'm going to have to go with Snoopy because he's funny.
My favorite cartoon character is Scooby-Doo.
My favorite cartoon character is Stewie Griffin.
My favorite cartoon character is the Tasmanian Devil. He wrecks a lot of things, and I don't know, he's kind of mean. I like him.
And my favorite cartoon character is SpongeBob. He's a comic relief.
My favorite cartoon character is Patrick Star, just because of how goofy he is.
And my favorite character is Jerry from Tom and Jerry. I'd say Goofy off of Mickey Mouse because he's having fun all the time. Bolt the dog because he has a lot of cool superpowers for being a small dog.
My favorite cartoon character is SpongeBob because I grew up watching him and I learned a lot from his TV show.
My favorite cartoon is Bugs Bunny because I watched a lot of it growing up.
Cartoon character is the Pink Panther because I watched it growing up a lot as a kid.
SpongeBob because I watched him growing up.
Mickey Mouse because Disneyland's the most wonderful place ever.
My favorite cartoon character is probably Squidward because I'd be like that too if I was around SpongeBob and Patrick all day.
My cartoon character is Squidward because I relate to him more later in life.
I'm going to have to say Rick from Rick and Morty because I've been watching a lot of Rick and Morty recently.
I'd have to say Peter Griffin from Family Guy because he's funny.
Wild in home blacks tonight with orange numerals with some orange and yellow stripes, and their black socks with orange and yellow, and we're about ready to get things started.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm pretty excited to be here. My first game I've seen this year.
No call right there.
A little overkill. He was already down. Just take the puck and go.
Trying to get it to Isaac. Isaac nice with a sweet move, forehand, backhand.
Was that his big brother that fed it to him?
Not sure if he was out there, but yeah, that was Isaac Young with a nice goal right there to get the Wild on the board with 7:41 to go here. Try another face-off. Battle for it right by the Zam door, but it's going to come away to Sinagle, and then it's right in front. Wild trying to get to it.
There it is.
Norwegian.
Boom. The net's off. Are they going to give it to him?
Yeah.
No, it's not, is it? No, it's not. It's still on. I saw that net rock, and I thought the net was off when he shot it in. But she just rocked back and stayed on.
Seja Norwegian with a goal right there, playing down and dirty in front. And there was a lot of traffic and bodies laying there, and he was able to punch it home. So Even strength goal, and the Wild trail only for the second time this year here. That would be Maschke with that goal. Tay Evans with that assist. Oh, Wild get one right back.
Right now.
Seja Norwegian from Will Blake.
That's Norwegian second, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Norwegian second. He's had the last two. Blake with a couple of assists, and just like that, the Wild tie it up. So the Wild back on the power play, over 2 so far, but they need to definitely convert something here.
They've struggled to create space in the power play, though. They really have. Great Falls has done a nice job of keeping pressure on them.
Shot that bounces off the pads of the goaltender.
That's the other thing. This keeper's got. He's got to have a dozen saves this period already.
Comes here Seja. Seja fires one. Oh, off the post.
Wild
get one right there. They get it back.
Was that Young?
I think that might be Tristan Baker. No, that's your cannon.
Your cannon, huh?
Your cannon, I believe, on the backside there.
Right place, right time there. I got to do a shout out to Gillette Amateur Hockey tonight too. December of this year will be 25 years of refrigerated ice. December of 1996, we put started the refrigeration system in the old Rock Pile Arena.
And before that, you just counted on Mother Nature.
We had counted on Mother Nature. We had chain link, plywood boards. Yep.
Yeah. 25 years of
so
refrigeration. Wow.
We probably should mention to the fans that the net's empty, huh?
Yeah!
Yep.
Up high, that was... the Wild had the extra attacker on right there in the minute 55.
See what they tell you, Kevin? They should wait. They should wait till a minute left.
They should wait till a minute left. I'm not sure that was. I think that was Declan Young from the point.
Was it?
Not there, but looks like coming in is Micah Serino, and he fires one wide off the glass, back out of the zone. It's picked up by Thomas Dawson. Near side to Micah Serino. Good job by Blake to slow that one up.
Nice job by Blake to take
we'll
the
see
puck
if
and the man.
Seja can get the... No, he's looking for the hat trick here for the game winner, but Norwegian with it as he's spinning around, looking. He's going to go around everybody. He's going to come in front. Backhand.
Oh! And he got it.
Hat trick right there. Seja Norwegian.
Yep.
4 assists. Tucker Lean. Tucker Lean's the 3rd star. Hey, you got to bring it to be on the star list. Oh, Will Blake, he got assists on the game winner. So, okay, very good. Will Blake with
and Sasha Norwegian from Fort Francis, Ontario.
3 goals in the game winner, Seja Norwegian. Black stripes, so about ready to get things going here as the Wild will go left to right. And if we have as good a game as we had last night, it'll be all good. So,
you know, we talked about Great Falls being one of the oldest programs, men's programs in the U.S. and in Montana. World was the same way.
Wild get one right there. Tucker Lean shot one in, and the goaltender made a save. Will Blake right down in front.
What do you go 5-hole on that?
Yeah, it went 5-hole because I was pretty certain the goaltender had it and it was covered up. But
yeah, he did a nice job on that first shot. He was down and in position. But who got it? Blake.
Will Blake. Yep. So.
Blake found a little hole.
Backhanded in down low. Rodriguez back to Fanning. Fanning spins, comes away. Trying to get it across to Declan. Declan's over in the corner now. Back up high to Fanning. Fanning shoots it towards the net. Bounces off the back wall. Goal.
Boom.
Right there. That was Caleb Sanborn picking that one up. Shot in, bounced off the back wall, and Caleb was right there to bury it. Coming away with it, it's a Wild. Sent up ahead. Tucker Lean with it now. Lean Brings it in, backhands one that goes wide, kept in by Apodaca, fires it back down. Oh, Declan couldn't pull the handle on it there. Apodaca sends it back to Young. Young walks in, fires one, goal. What a tough angle. Fired that one in. He missed that wide open one, but he found that spot.
About a 3. He just put a 4-inch puck through a 3-inch area there.
Yeah, that was a nice goal. Declan finds the back of the net a lot. Had some speed till you run into Micah Serino.
Which defines speed.
Oh, Micah Serino's going to have a breakaway. Comes down, fakes, dekes, shoots. Oh, good save by Jack Orchard. There was the game winner coming, but Orchard makes the save, and Baker with it now as he spins away from pressure from Maschke. Or excuse me, that was Gazic, but Declan with it now. Declan
2-2 and Baker needs to fill it. 2-2 and Baker needs to fill right here. There he is, too. Yep.
Declan spinning away from trying to get away from Maschke. Tries going to change directions right behind the net. He's going to walk out in front and fire one. Oh, it bounces off the goaltender. But yep. 45 seconds to go here. Tristan Baker sends it down low to Declan. Declan fires but shoots. Can't get anything. Oh, wraparound. Goal! Oh, what a nice move. Tristan Baker got the wraparound as Young shot missed, and it came off the back wall and just the speed. Overtime winner. 36 and a half seconds to go in OT.
How do you describe that one, Kevin? How about stupid persistence in the zone? They worked, they had it, they worked, they chipped it, they bounced it, they had a chance, and stupid persistence, and finally it came to somebody that could bury it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was, you gotta like that.
No. So, 2 nights in a row, Wild get the overtime win. 6-5 last night, 4-3 tonight.
Yep. Well, here's the deal, Kevin. I'm not going to be back again until November. Try to do the best you can.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try to keep these kind of. So let's see who else was out there with him on that. Was that was Young, Baker, and I don't even remember. They were all just hustling, working. So
yeah, that's exactly right. There was 3 guys on the ice that all should have gotten assist.
Yeah. So the Wild come out and show their appreciation of the crowd as they always do, and the crowd is loving that. That was
everything. That was the game.
Caleb Sanborn, 3rd star. Sanborn with a good game. He had a goal. Declan Young with a goal and a pair of assists. Tristan Baker with the an assist and the overtime game winner.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest, Tristan Baker. He's taking some time to join us. Let's talk about this weekend, first of all. At what point, Saturday night, when you grabbed the puck and were going around, what point did you know you had it?
I knew I had it, and I was behind the net, I saw the puck come off, and I knew the goalie knew he was going to puck that.
And is that what caused it? So when you kind of look at the pictures and in the replay, I think it was Declan that had sent that across.
Declan shot it, it hit the back wall, and I went to go pick the puck up, and I saw the goalie go to the complete other side, so I knew I just had to be quick.
Now, I don't know if you watch, I don't know anything about hockey. I've never had skates on, I've never played, I just enjoy watching it. What is the trick? Because I've seen guys, when they do that wraparound right there, throw it across the post. And not. What's the trick there at the end? Are you stuck in your blade or what?
You gotta kind of just move your hands. Your hands are the
Is that something you're practicing a lot then? Like, do you guys do that, or is that just a natural deal?
No, it's just natural. It's basically about having quick hands. If you don't, that's why the puck gets.
Gotcha. So,
kind of like, not really something you can really work on.
Okay. You just got it or you don't. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Well, you got it. That was awesome. You guys had 2 fantastic games this weekend. Is it more fun to play in those tight games that are good late, go to overtime, as opposed to the 7-2, 9-2 stuff? And what kind of game would you rather be playing in?
I definitely don't like the 13-2 games. Those you get disengaged real quickly. Whereas if you're in a close 2-3 goal game, 1 goal game, it's like you're engaged.
Do you guys feel a lot of cohesion here at the start of the year? It seems that your line especially is, you guys are rolling and clicking. Is that something from the years of playing together? Is it from getting in and getting started practicing? Or what do you think contributes to the success that you guys' line has had?
I think for my line, we never really played a lot together. I didn't really play a lot with Sandy back in last year. I know they played together, so that's kind of something we've had to work on throughout the first 2 weeks. But I think it's coming together.
Overall, for the start of the season, how do you kind of feel where the team is at?
Well, I don't think we could have had a really better start than we have right now, but for sure we can clean up some stuff. We can't have close games with the others.
Gotcha. So that's something where you have to make sure that you take advantage of stuff at the start of the games and put a little gap there so it's not.
Yeah,
so it's not tight.
We've won games, so we haven't really put together a full game.
And that could be kind of explained for the folks that don't know, and me. I honestly don't know. So you guys show up and have a week of practice or so. Were you one of the guys that, did you have ice this summer, or did you come in? Okay.
I skated pretty much 5 times a week.
Okay, so where do you go for the summer?
I live in Fresno. I live in Columbus, which is a suburb of Fresno, and I know the owner of the rink in Fresno pretty well. I played for their junior team for 3 years before I came out here. So I have a good relationship with them. So I skate.
Gotcha. So then that was the question I was going to ask. How does a kid from Clovis, California, okay, you have access to nice ice, I assume.
Yeah.
How do you end up in Gillette, Wyoming?
Well, so when our coach was the assistant coach for Great Falls, one of my buddies I grew up with was playing for Hayes.
Okay.
And then he asked me to come over to Gillette the year I was looking to get out of Fresno.
Okay. So it just happened to deal where a guy knows a guy and lets you know, and you end up back here. Dude, I just think it's crazy that, I don't know, there's, I'm talking to you guys here from all over the country, and I just find it wild that you end up in Gillette, Wyoming.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I've asked the other guys at the start, I didn't you, but we will now. Going back to when you first started, what is your earliest memory or first memory of playing hockey?
I was probably about 4 years old and just learned to skate with now my coach is a guy that both my brothers learned how to skate with, and my cousin, so I started skating at 3.5.
Did you know then that hockey was a sport you wanted to do, or did you dabble in other stuff, or kind of what did you do growing up?
I think I knew pretty much since I was born, because I grew up going to all the Fresno Falcon games. They were in East Coast Hockey League team, which is 2 steps below the NHL.
Okay.
And my parents would say that I would never be crying.
Gotcha. So you were engaged at the hockey level even as a little boy.
Yeah.
Nice. When did you kind of, was there an age where you started to excel a little bit and wanted to take the junior route? Like, I assume there's got to be a time because I mean, you move away from home, there's a financial decision that has to be made, so you kind of have to make a decision, okay, I think I have the skill set. So kind of what age were you when you started to know that maybe hockey was something you wanted to do?
Well, I knew I had a plan. Me and my dad kind of had a plan when I was 14. I wanted to play juniors for Fresno since they had their USPHL career now, so it's another junior league. And when I was 15, I was supposed to play in the high school team, but a lot of those kids quit. And about a week before the season started, the head coach of the junior team talked to me and was like, hey, you want to come out and practice? So do that kind of stuff. So I went out and practiced with him. I played like 10 games or so this is now like my 5th year.
Gotcha. So
it kind of happened all within a week. Like I didn't know if I like kind of tackle.
Gotcha. Now, I know it's one thing I've seen here, even with our youth association, is you'll see a big group of kids, and I have daughters that play, and you'll see it, boys and girls, where a big group start at the midgets and peewees and sports age, and as they go, you kind of see drop out. What do you think is contributing, or maybe an issue at that younger age that's causing some of these kids to not continue to stay with it?
I mean, some kids, especially when they get junior high or high school, they find other things that they like more, whether it's baseball, whether it's sport. So it's like, hockey is a commitment, just like any other sport.
Yeah, and that's one thing I don't know if people that I didn't know it when I was not in the hockey world and being in it now for 5 years with the girls is there's a big financial commitment and a big time commitment from the standpoint of you guys start late August, early September, and you're playing in through April. So really, if you're going to be a winter sports athlete, you're going to do hockey, and that's what you're playing for the whole winter. Gotcha. What else was I going to ask you? Oh, yeah, you talk about the good characteristics of being a good hockey player. And that is, I'm trying to remember how Ethan worded it, is he wanted hockey players, not just guys that wanted to play hockey. So what do you see as the difference there?
Well, he's one of those guys that are going to work hard regardless of the skill level. Whether you're the most talented player on the team or not as talented. If you work hard, you're going to play. And that's going to happen.
And is that the competition you guys are seeing? Because I noticed I was looking through today just around the frontier, kind of all the NA3HL with the frontier and at Rockers and stuff. And you see some of these teams carrying 15 to 17 kids.
Yeah.
So I assume that if you wanted to just go somewhere, and maybe not yourself because you're here and you're established, but younger guys that are coming in, they can come and be pushed by a group like we have here, and like what Lisa's doing, or you can go to one of the other teams and know you're going to have a spot every weekend. Do you see the benefit of going somewhere and being pushed? And I guess along those lines, how competitive are your practices and stuff, knowing that you're pushing and your practices are going to maybe determine what happens after?
I mean, yeah, like work ethic, I think is the most important. It's not even a skill. Like, work ethic is the most important thing that you can have. And if you're going to work hard, you're going to play. If you don't work hard, you're not going to play. It's pretty simple. Especially,
and that's something you're going to see all through life. Like it's as crazy as it sounds. I mean, it's the work ethic of just having people that are willing to show up to a job at 7 o'clock every morning. It's hard to find. Like that is stuff that you instill in the sport. That is something that you're going to be able to take with yourself and go on. Okay, now road trip wise, when you were playing with your youth stuff in Fresno, like where were you guys traveling to? What radius kind of you guys?
So California is split SoCal and NorCal. So Fresno's in NorCal, so we would go to play San Jose, Santa Clara, San Francisco, Redwood City, a few others. And then every now and then we've had exhibition games with teams from SoCal, like the Kings and the Ducks.
Nice. So I know, speaking last weekend, Seja and Declan, I know Declan made a comment that Gillette was bigger than Fergus Falls. So now for you, I have to, and this might be an ignorant assumption, I'm thinking maybe it's culture shock back the other way. Like, what was your thoughts when you got to Northeast Wyoming from Fresno, California? Like, what did you think about the area and kind of being out here?
I mean, I thought it was super cool. I've never really been in a small town kind of aspect, because Fresno is probably the type of size.
Oh, yeah, substantially bigger. Yep. So you liked it out here?
Yeah, I love it out here.
Nice. What was do you remember your first visit or anything from kind of the first time you came out here?
I mean, I don't really remember my first impression, but I think the first thing I did was get down to the Walmart and get nothing else to do. And at the time, California was still restricting masks and stuff, and so we went to Walmart and we didn't wear a mask inside. It's pretty cool.
So it felt good. Yeah, exactly. That's actually, and then a lot of people from California have done that since they moved out here. So talk a little bit about the kind of being a billet brother and that aspect of when I talked to Ethan, he talked about how junior hockey wouldn't exist if it wasn't for billets and billet families. So what do you, I don't know, do you feel a responsibility to be a good billet brother? What's kind of your billet family like, and how is that aspect, along with everything that goes on in hockey and all this going on, what's it like the billet family at home?
I mean, it is super cool because when I was in Fresno, my family used to billet.
Okay.
So I've been in my little billet brother shoes before, and I understand how it feels. And I know how I want to be treated, so I try to do the same back to them.
And that's something where you guys are getting an opportunity that
Yeah,
I know these younger kids, exactly, they are watching how you guys play, not just on the ice. Exactly. So that's something that you take very seriously. Awesome. Well, last thing, and I'll let you out of here. You guys have this string of home games kind of open the year. So you have Butte this weekend, and then you split there with Sheridan before you guys take. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you, where you go into Montana. I don't know. It's in 2 weeks. You guys will finally kind of take a big road trip. How important is it to make sure you get for sure the 2, 4, 6 points you have at home, and then it'd be really good to sweep that weekend with Sheridan. That make sure at the start where you guys are kind of getting these home games that you take advantage of what you're being given.
Yeah, no, home ice is huge, and every game's going to matter, especially coming down to the last, I don't know, few weeks this season, because it kind of hit us last year when we didn't have home ice against Great Falls.
I'm hearing that, and that's, I didn't know that it would make that big of a difference.
Oh, it makes a huge difference. Some guys that are new to junior hockey don't understand it now, but once you get to the final stretch, you're going to be looking back on games you might drop to teams like Yellowstone or Butte and be like, wow, how did we drop those points?
You leave points on the table that can cost you Dotian. Okay, I said super last question. I am challenging, I'm working on challenging the fans at Spirit Hall. I know hockey at every level competes with football in the fall. And as football kind of wraps down, and here you've got the guys hunting, and I mean, we were at the lake this weekend because it was nice, but as winter kind of sets in, we try to get as many people out to Spirit Hall. For you guys, can you tell, like Friday night and Saturday night, could you tell a difference between the 275 people Friday night and the 500 people Saturday night? Like, how much difference does that crowd make?
I mean, yeah, for sure, especially when I don't remember exactly how Saturday's getting win, but when we scored those goals, you can tell the crowd.
You can feel the energy.
You can feel it. When you're on the ice, you don't feel it as much, but after looking back and remembering it, you can tell it makes a huge difference.
Awesome. Man, I appreciate you taking some time. I know you guys are busy. So learn to skate and stuff starting now, so you got to go do a little bit more with the small kids, but I appreciate you taking some time.
You got it.
Cool. Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest, Jacob Guitard, Canadian, second Canadian in a row we've had. So let's go through the aspects you got in here. You said it had about a half day of practice before the season started. Take me back to that last week or two, or what determined you getting down here to Gillette?
So I went to a few junior camps, or SJ, AJHL camps in Canada, and so that's our junior league. And didn't have the best camps, didn't quite work out for me. And so started skating with the guy, Steve Serdacki. Does a lot of skating, so I have a lot of very known name in Canada for skating. And so I was working with him, and he knows the game.
Okay.
And so I didn't have anywhere else to go, nothing to do. So he just told me, come skate with me for the next month. So I did. I went to skate with him, 1 or 2 skates a day usually. And he called me and he said, listen, it's a long way away, but if you want to go play, there's a spot for you in Gillette. I was like, well, I don't know where that is, but I searched it up and then talked to Hayes a little bit. Ended up flying down here just to check it out a little bit. Got the one practice in, and then I played at home. I didn't play that game because something hadn't went through yet. And then when I played in Badlands.
Yep, over Rapid City.
Yeah,
Yep.
Rapid City. And played pretty good. Got injured, and then been sitting there since.
Nice. So, kind of, what was your first impressions of just the Frontier and Gillette, and then that experience at Badlands and stuff? Like, what so far, just in the first month as a Canadian coming down here, what do you feel about the hockey atmosphere down here?
It's good. I like it. I like the fans that come to our games. I love how people who do come, they are very diehard for us. They cheer a lot. They give us a good atmosphere. And they honestly do help us play better. I feel like I really like that aspect, and I like the hockey. It's fun. It's good. It's a lot. It is different in Canada. It is a lot different the hockey, but I like it so far.
Okay, so what aspects? So that's we have an interview canned with a couple of the refs, and they talk about kind of how hockey has changed.
Yeah,
even here throughout the years. But what's the difference between here and Canada?
In Canada, you'll never have a rule with how hitting's going right now. I feel like you'll never have a rule where you're not going to be able to hit hard or go for big hits and stuff like that. Because it's really it is a rough game, and they like it rough. We like it rough, and it is also. I mean, if you're playing hockey, you probably been playing hockey year round. It's winter a lot, 10 months of the year, so you're skating.
It's winter 10 months out of the year.
Yeah, you're skating.
So you just haven't got to that yet. Yeah.
So I just, it's hard to explain how switch.
No, I get it because it's I don't know. We were just talking. We were looking at some videos, some stupid stuff that happened this weekend somewhere else. I won't get into it. That it sucks because we were talking about our favorite NHL teams. I've seen it even at the Avs level where there's been some guys make some runs on McKinnon before because there's no one that's going to beat the piss out of them if they do it. And that's I hate when I see people get hit in the head or when people's heads hit the ice hard. That's what I liked. I don't know. I can say I liked it so much about kind of what happened with Dale that first weekend.
Yeah.
Him and that kid, they dropped gloves, they fought. It was a good, clean hockey fight. No one's head hit the ice. No one did anything dirty. And I think there needs to be a happy medium. I'm not the one out there. My son's not the one out there. My dad's not. I'm not making money doing whatever. But it's like you said. There's a way to deliver a good hit, I would assume, and then there's a way to not launch yourself and try to hurt somebody.
And if there is a dirty hit, then I believe absolutely there should be a fight after that. And the person who made the dirty hit, he should know I did something bad. I got to up to it. I got to fight.
Gotcha. And so that's kind of a difference between just the culture between, I'm not sure what, so we have USA Hockey here that kind of manages all the rules. What is the Canadian?
It's Hockey Canada.
We're going to kill this fly too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get this guy at some point here. Hold on. Oh, I don't think I got it. I think
Maybe you scared him off.
I did scare him off. So what is the kind of the governing body of Canadian hockey?
There's Hockey Canada. I'm not quite sure how it works.
Okay.
But, I mean, everybody plays by the same rules. There's nothing that's really different between WHL to Bantam. I mean, hitting is the same all the way through. Stuff like that's the same all the way through. I mean, just a few, icing and stuff like that change.
That's something I think, and I haven't got the whole thing. They're going to where you can't ice ever now, I think, here.
Like on a penalty kill, that's
do you like that or no?
I don't like that.
No, I think that's ridiculous because all it's going to do is we're going to have some squirt games this year last 9 hours.
And especially on a penalty kill, if you're getting tired, you can't protect yourself. So if you can't ice the puck out, and you have two guys on you at all times, that's what power play should do, is make it an odd number against. So 3 people versus 2, 2 versus 1, stuff like that. If you have 2 people on you the whole time, you're trying to get the puck out and actually pass it out because you can't ice it. You're just going to get tired, not be able to defend yourself. You could get hit, and you could get hurt.
And see, that's you're a hockey guy. That's something I never thought about. But yeah, you'll see you dump the puck and get it out of the zone for the opportunity to go change.
Yeah.
Now I don't know that rule. I know there are some things here in our youth hockey where even if you do ice the puck, you
If
can't
you ice it, you
change.
can't change, but on a penalty kill, if you ice it,
You can't.
You can change.
Oh, you can't.
But now they're changing the rules. I guess you can't.
Okay, yeah. See, that's just stuff that's you can't have that.
Yeah. And I just think that's unnecessary. I mean, a lot of these rules have been in hockey since the first made it. Hockey's gone pretty good so far. I'm not sure why.
No, we don't need to change it. So, again, I've asked all the guys to come on. So go back to little Jacob. Your earliest and kind of first memory of the sport of hockey.
I was probably about 3 or 4, I think, and I was going to skate with because I was born in Fredericton, New Brunswick.
Okay.
And so
I have no idea where that
is. It's on the East Coast.
Okay.
And I was going on the ice. I didn't want to go. I was young. I was 3 years old. I didn't want to go at all. So I was crying, and my dad had to lift me up, throw me on the ice, say get out there. And that's all I know about that. But I know that I didn't want to go on first, and my dad picked me up, put me on the ice, closed the door behind me.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And then you were hooked.
No.
So, what has kind of been the career path from? So do you start in like a one skate, you go
It's
into
like
nights or
they're
what?
called Timbits.
Okay.
Tim Hortons Timbits.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But so that's like when you're really young, you go Timbits, then you go novice, Pee-wee, midget, and then junior.
Okay.
So for me, we moved to St. Paul, it was a really small town.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of like big hockey stuff. It was just the junior B team there, and so I would do like I was playing band C or like C hockey all the way up until Pee-wee second year.
Okay.
And I finally went. I played double A about 45 minutes away from town. I went and played there, and then the next I went back for band first year. I got cut, so I honestly wasn't going to play hockey anymore because I just went back to play band C. It wasn't very fun. I was going to quit, but my dad had signed me up for the ID camp for the AAA team. That was 2 hours away in Fort Saskatchewan, right outside Edmonton. I was like, I didn't really want to, but he signed me up for it. So I went there, had a good ID camp, and then they asked me to come back for the actual camp. Went there, I made that team, and I started playing there, which was good, for me at least. And then from there, I went to an academy league, and I played there. So I fully moved from my hometown to Edmonton, 2 hours away.
Gotcha.
So I moved out.
Okay, so is that your you're billeting it?
No, my mom moved there with me.
Gotcha. Okay.
My dad can move. He owns a store in St. Paul, so
Okay.
he didn't move. But me and my mom would live there. And
How many siblings? Other siblings?
I got.
It's just you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you and mom pack a bag.
Yeah.
Gone. Okay.
Yeah. And so I played there my 15th year, midget year, or all 3 of my midget years. And then I came here.
Nice. How much? Without this don't dump on American hockey too much. How much more competitive and stuff kind of at the youth level? Like do people in Northeast Wyoming maybe not have a good grasp and understanding of just how competitive hockey is?
I mean, when you go like from my 15s team there, so like when I moved to actual competitive hockey like that, we were flying games where we got on the bus, you know that, we were flying everywhere we go.
Okay, that is, how old are you then?
So I was about 15.
Okay.
And so and it's hard because especially if I was playing AAA, so my team was playing was an academy league, so it's about maybe a little above the AAA league.
Okay.
And so even the AAA teams, you got Edmonton's got 1 million people. You got 4 teams in Edmonton, so it is competitive. You got to make that spot, and the people who do make those spots, you got to stay on those spots. So it is really competitive, and you got to make yourself known.
Gotcha. So I mean, I have some memories of some pretty cool like road trips for my youth sports in hotel rooms with kids part of it. So do you have like one kind of wild, maybe traveling story or something that sticks out from when you were bouncing around?
Yeah, 1 year. So for playoffs, we go to Penticton, BC. That's where playoffs happens, and that's a 10-hour drive.
East?
That's so like by Vancouver and stuff.
Oh, west. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, yep.
And so,
Other coast.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's about a 11-hour bus ride, and you're not allowed to fly. None of the teams fly for that for playoffs. It's all driving.
Even the ones from
even like Winnipeg.
Winnipeg,
and stuff.
okay.
They're
I know a little Canadian.
They're driving down too, and so
That's
one
like
year.
a 4-day bus ride.
And so this was the year that COVID hit, and so we played one game and that got canceled. And I'm pretty sure this year, and we're all going back home, and you got to drive through the Rockies.
Okay.
we were driving, and someone was like, "Yo, one of the Calgary team just got hit by an avalanche or something." And so they were driving along these windy roads up top,
like a snow.
Yeah, and it just came down and hit their bus. Oh, man. Yeah. I was happy it didn't happen to us. It just delayed the 10-hour bus a lot longer.
Yeah, it was when we talked to the commissioner, El Presidente, that Frankenfeld, when he was talking about that's the one thing he hopes he never has to deal with within the 3HL. It is something bad happening like that. But we've had a couple situations just here, even in Northeast Wyoming, where stuff's got sketchy. I assume that the weather Canadian-wise, like you guys can run into some stuff in the winter.
It's
sketchy,
questionable things. Yeah, and a lot of times those roads they'll have, especially in the bad parts where you have like a 200-foot drop here, and then you're on like a low road like that. They'll have avalanche covers, so you'll drive, and then all of a sudden you go through like a tunnel that's like 500-600 feet long, just pure concrete, in case an avalanche does happen. So there's stuff like that, but there's a lot of times it's just open road.
Nice.
It's a little sketchy.
Yeah, once you get out of the mountain and into the plains a little bit.
Once you're in the plains, it's
easy. So the aspect kind of coming to Gillette and the having to compete, you could have went probably other places and been on lesser rosters or whatnot. Are you happy with the decision?
Yeah, I am definitely happy coming. I love the team so far. I love just the motives and the wanting to be the best, wanting to just keep going and do as good as we can. I like it a lot. I think we have a good group of guys for that.
When you spoke with Ethan, you said you talked to him on the phone.
Yeah.
And then just in the phone call was enough to get you to come down here.
Yeah.
Was it when you met him, was it what you thought it was going to be?
When I met Hayes, I thought Hayes would be a little older. I was a little shocked at first. But he's a great coach, and Sadakny had told me, and I trust him a lot with this because he knows a lot about hockey. And he told me, this is a good league, and how to do good in this league. So I trust him.
And I think the best part, like Ethan, there's no bullshit. Like he's very
if you're
straight
working
to the
hard,
point. Yeah.
If you're working hard, doing good, then you'll get what's coming to you.
Gotcha.
If you're not, then you get what's coming to you.
Gotcha. Dude, that's life. Like that's a lesson. It's very important to teach a young man or a young woman at a young age. Is like you're going to get what you're going to get of what you put out for it. So that's something hockey, your job, school, your merit, whatever you're going to do moving forward. That's a good lesson to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
So where are we at health wise? Are you back? Like,
I was back today for practice, non-contact. Tomorrow, I hope I can do contact because I want to be as ready as I can, but I might still be non-contact. Personally, this is the longest I ever stayed out for a concussion, but it was good. I needed it.
You got to take care of your head.
Yeah.
Like you got to take them out. So from kind of the time frame of how it happened. So that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Got you. So you sit out, you do the tests, and this is happening with Gillette Physical Therapy.
Yeah.
Okay, with Apex and all that. So you go through it, and then
and then once it's completely symptomless. So for me, it took a week. Mostly symptomless. Back to normal at least. And then you have to go through a 5-day recovery period. So that's what I'm doing now. And then I'll be ready for the games.
Gotcha. So I asked Tristan, I don't know what the order these two will go in. So Tristan might be coming up. You might have already watched him. I don't know yet. The billet family stuff.
Yeah.
So how have you taken to kind of being a billet brother and being at the house? And is that something that you have enjoyed so far?
It's great. I mean, I love the house. I mean, the family's great. And I have a lot of young cousins, maybe young kids, so I know how to act around young kids as well. And I mean, really, you just gotta, because I know they do, like Tristan said, they look up to you, and you just gotta show them how to be respectful and not do anything you wouldn't do to your own parents.
Nice. Okay, last question. Well, maybe the last. Maybe there might be two more. I want a good, like, Canadian hockey story from that standpoint of, we were talking before that I need to go to a Calgary Edmonton game or something. Is there, I take it you've been to some of the Oilers or Flames, is there one that sticks out from that aspect of just the complete environment of good Canadian hockey?
I mean, whenever the Oilers make a playoff run, really, and especially in Edmonton, when they're making a playoff run, it's crazy. There's a whole district right outside Rogers Place. There. It's called the Ice District, and it's just like neon lights, all that stuff, right? This on this long road, and it is just packed after games because like everybody wants to see the Oilers do good. And then you'll have people they drive around with the Oilers flags on their cars, Oilers license plates, stuff like that. And when you go to a game, it's loud, it's fun, it's good, it's ideal conditions really for a win.
So, if a person gets the chance, you highly suggest a guy take advantage of the chance to go watch a hockey game.
Yeah,
it's worth for me to drive across. Which we can't drive across now, but we can fly across.
Yeah, you can fly across.
Which I find that's wild.
Worse,
So
honestly,
So, but if a guy can get up there and
if you can
check
go
out
and watch a good rivalry game, I will go watch a good rivalry, especially Edmonton. And if Edmonton and the Flames have another like 4 or 5 games they play each other, definitely try to go watch them.
Nice. I'm gonna put it on. See, honey, he says we got to do it. So it's on the list right now. We're putting it on the list. We got to go up there. Dude, I appreciate you guys taking some time. I know Learn to Skate starts. We're taking this on Monday. Learn to Skate starts tonight. So I know you guys got to go be role models. And hopefully you got little kids watching you, man.
Yeah.
Good luck. Stay healthy.
All right,
Thanks, man. All right, we cannot thank Tristan and Jacob enough. Two, cool young men that I didn't ask this, but I'm assuming two completely different walks of life. Like, that seems to be a beauty of what's going on here with the whole junior aspect and the building and how it's working. I assume that Clovis, California, and St. Paul, Alberta are nothing alike. I haven't been to either one, but I assume not much similarities other than we have two young men on our hockey team right now representing Gillette and Northeast Wyoming who grew up in those two places. So it was cool to get and chat with those guys. Good guys, good interviews. Again, get out, support the boys this weekend. You host Butte, 7:05, both nights at Spirit Hall. Okay, last thing before we wrap up the show, let's take a look at some statistics. First and foremost, the one that's closest to my heart, that is attendance. I don't know, man. I find it wild that Helena through 2 games has drawn 2,104 folks to their arena. They're on average of 1,052 a night. That's phenomenal. That leads the Frontier. I know I set a goal for us. You guys didn't have anything to do with it. I personally set it. I want to see us lead the Frontier Division in attendance. So Helena, that is that's a tough road to hoe there. So Sheridan is in second. We have to do better than that, folks. I'm just going to leave it at that. Through 4 games, they have drawn 1,562 people for 391 as their average. Through 5 games, Gillette is in 6th. We've drawn 1,795 fans, an average of 359 per night. We're going to kick that up like we talked. And me and the gentleman were talking earlier, it's at every level. We know, like, football's king. That's what it's going to be. You guys chose, and we're not condemning you for that. Like, there was a decision made to go watch the football game, whatever that was this weekend. So as fall winds down and the hunters pack up their tents and come down and wash all the doe piss and cow piss off themselves and decide to go back out in public, I think we'll get a little more crowd there. But I'm telling you guys, there's good hockey being played in Spirit Hall right now. Give it a shot. I spoke with a gentleman tonight, that longtime Gillette resident. I think he said he's been here since 1968. Very successful businessman here in town. Never been to a hockey game, so I challenged him to be there. I hope to see him and his wife. I want him to be there. You guys come out and check out some hockey. So attendance, there we are. Let's look at the team stats first. Team always goes first. Gillette's in first place right now. We're 6-0. We have collected all 12 points that were on the board for us to get. We've scored 42 goals. We've given up 14. But we've collected all the points we can. There are only 2 teams in the Frontier who have played 6 games. That is Gillette, who is at the top of the division, and that is Sheridan, who is at the bottom of the division. The Hawks are 1-5. They have collected 2 points. Butte, Great Falls have each played 5 games apiece. They sit in 4th and 5th. So here's how it sits. We have Gillette, top. Helena, I'm going to try to, if I can, I'll put a little graphic in right here. We'll just see how much time we have and how we can do all that. So Gillette's in first. Helena's in second. Bozeman's in third. Bozeman, Butte, and Great Falls are tied for third with 5 points apiece, with the Cobras coming to town this weekend. Then you have Badlands and Yellowstone there in 6th and 7th. Let's talk about points. Chicks dig goals. Here we go. In the NA3HL, this is everywhere in the country right now. The NA3HL plays. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of the top 20 points gatherers of the points. 8 of the top 20, they play for your Gillette Wild. Declan Young, he's top, 16 points. Second, Tucker Lean, 14 points. Cesar Norwegian, third, 13 points. Young man you saw speak earlier, 6th, 12 points. Tristan Baker. Will Blake, he's in 8th with 11 points. Brock Trebojevic, 11th, 10 points. Tied for 13th, Isaac Young and Caleb Sanborn, 8 points apiece. I know it's early, but we're seeing more of the teams start to play. You're going to see these points kind of fluctuate a little bit. 8 of the top 20, I don't know, but I'm going to assume that's pretty good. The guys, they score goals, they score points. That's what we want. Defense wins championships. Quick look at the defenseman. The top scoring defenseman in the country, Brock Trebojevic, 10 points. The 4th scoring defenseman in the country, Nate Fanning. 3rd, 5, 4, so 11th. Tied for 11th, we have Zach Slinger, Leighton Weasler. In the country, points for defensemen, top 20. Also, East Napadonga. These guys score goals. These guys score points. We're just 2 or 3 weeks away from the Wild having to hit the road. There have been some circumstances that have led to them having a big run of home games here to start the season. This is your chance to come out and watch these guys play hockey. This weekend, Friday, Saturday night, 7:05, Spirit Hall Ice Arena. Come out, support your team. You get your chance. The Basin Radio Network sponsoring the St. Jude's Children's Hospital auction. Like the Facebook page. That is where you will find all the instructions you need to bid on these jerseys. Thank you guys for carving out a little time here to watch the program. I'm going to get this fly. I need a fly swatter. But we're going to get it. We're going to kill it. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else What do you say? I think the guys take us some time out. They don't have to do this. I don't know how many of them want to do this, but it's cool when usually Saturday after the game, we go approach one of them. We're like, hey, will you and you, do you guys mind coming down here? Oh, I don't, jeez, I don't have to talk about Big Lost Meadery. I go to these young men, I say, hey, can you guys meet me at Big Lost Meadery? We tape on Mondays around 5 o'clock. Again, tonight I went with the red. I'm going to go with this until the Gillette's the other one I like. They don't have it on tap yet. I'm scared to try anything different because this red is legit. So thank you to Big Lost Meadery. Again, if you're in town, I challenge, I've met a lot of the parents that are coming into town here while the weather doesn't suck to watch your kids. If you need somewhere on like Saturday afternoon to just come and chill, and I like I like the wild atmosphere of like an Old Chicago official after party sponsor of your Gillette Wild, or B-Dubs, or somewhere that's a little chaotic in the sports. I'll throw a couple shekels down on a game or something on a Saturday. If that's not what you're wanting, and you got mom and dad and maybe grandma and grandpa, some aunts and uncles, and you need somewhere where dad and granddad need to have a beer, but you want it where you guys can have some conversations and whatnot, this Big Lost that's where you guys want to come. So I challenge you, come down here, try there. I mean, they make the beers, they're phenomenal. If mead is your speed, that's what they do. So give them a try. I appreciate them letting me set up in this room on the Monday nights when we do, the staff, everyone, they couldn't be friendlier. So I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you Friday, Saturday night. Butte Cobra's in town, 7:05 puck drop both nights. Spirit all ice.